Hey guys, what's up? Stephanie, the English coach here from EnglishFullTime.com, and in this video we are going to talk about why idioms aren't nearly as important as you think they are, okay? So first I just want to say that one of the most frequently asked questions that people ask me is, Stephanie, how can I learn more idioms? How can I improve my vocabulary by learning more idioms? Or I'm struggling to remember all the different idioms that there are in English. It's so hard. And I'm over here kind of like, why are you guys freaking out about idioms? And so I decided, I just need to make a video for once and for all to kind of just put this whole thing to rest, so you guys no longer have to stress out about idioms, okay? But first, I just want to say that several years ago, when I was teaching English online, I had this one student who I think was obsessed with learning idioms, and every day she would come to class with literally like 20 new idioms in her vocabulary. And so when she would speak, it just sounded so unnatural. She would just be like, today I feel like a sack of potatoes because I woke up at the crack of dawn, but that's because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And I would just be like, holy cow, what? What are you saying? Why don't you just use normal words to say what you're trying to say? And I think that the reason why people are so obsessed with this idea of using idioms is because they know that native speakers use idioms and they want to sound like a native speaker. But I already made a video on how to sound like a native speaker, and that was not one of the tips that I gave, okay? So first of all, stop focusing so much on idioms, because there's about like 100 or maybe 200, I don't know, that are very common. Those are the idioms that you want to know. The rest of the idioms are regional, okay? Regional idioms that they use in specific places, specific areas. And unless you're in those areas, you honestly don't need to use those idioms. There are idioms that they use in Australia and in Ireland and in the UK that I don't even know exist, and I don't care about those idioms. I feel like, the space in my brain is precious, and I do not want to occupy I do not want to occupy space with unnecessary information that really doesn't matter. So learn the most common idioms and then stop worrying about it, okay? And then if you go travel to a place, pick up some idioms while you're there, sure, okay? But be careful when you use idioms, because if you're using an idiom that's extremely regional and specific to a certain location, the people you're speaking to might not understand what you're saying, and the goal of speaking English should be to have clear communication, okay? So just a quick example though, or another quick example of why idioms aren't as important as you think they are. One of my good friends, I don't know where she learned her vocabulary because we're from the same town, or the same, region, but she uses all kinds of idioms that either I have never heard before or I just don't use. And sometimes when she talks, I'm just kind of like, I laugh in my head because I'm like, I can't believe she says that. It's not bad. That's just how she talks. That's natural to her. But I'm not going to start using all the idioms she uses just because she uses them, okay? So just because you hear a native speaker use a certain idiom doesn't mean that you have to use that idiom, okay? You want to make sure that people understand you when you speak. So don't go stringing a whole bunch of idioms together in one sentence. Nobody will understand you. You won't sound like a native speaker, and you'll just sound ridiculous, okay? And let me think if there's anything else I can tell you guys about idioms. Okay, one last thing. Whatever you do, just don't waste your time studying these things, okay? There's a lot more important stuff you could be studying, and I have seen students write long lists of vocabulary, long lists of idioms, and I'm just like, who is teaching these antiquated methods of learning? Like, stop with the list, stop with all of that, okay? Pick up things as you go. Pick up words, pick up phrases, pick up vocabulary, pick up idioms as you learn them. So if you see an idiom in a TV show and you don't know what it means, go look it up in the dictionary. If you really like it, then incorporate it into your vocabulary or and practice it. But what I tend to do when I learn Spanish or when I learn a new phrase in Spanish is I don't incorporate it right away into my vocabulary. I wait till I've heard something about 20 times in context. Sometimes I wait till I've heard something 100 times in context before I actually start using it, because then you learn how to use it as native speakers use it, okay? Because if not, you just might throw in idioms where they don't belong, and it's not going to make you sound more like a native speaker. It's actually going to make you sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so I hope you guys find this video helpful. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you think about this idea. I hope you guys don't waste all your time, you know, studying idioms when there's a lot of other important things you could be studying in English. Okay, take care and we'll talk soon. Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe too if you're new here so you get more videos from me. And also go ahead and check out the description because I often include extra tips there or resources or links to other things that I think you might find helpful. So go ahead and check that out. So for more English stuff from me, you can also go ahead and follow me on Facebook and check me out at my website, englishfulltime.com. All the links are in the description. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.